other day I came across a video on how to speak clearly, and I found it very insightful, and I'd like to share some of the things I learned from it. So today I'm going to be talking about some tips on how to speak clearly. So firstly is the challenge of thinking and speaking on the spot. So when we receive an unexpected question, our brain will panic, and it can either open many different ideas, which can lead to rambling, or you could just have a complete mind blank and then just freeze, and this can create loads of frustration and embarrassment. So when I was in one of my classes, the teacher asked me if you were in Africa hundreds of years ago and you were in a tribe, how would you feel about colonialism? And when she asked that question, my brain panicked and I didn't have any idea of what to say. But if you use a framework, it can provide a mental structure which you can fall back on when you're underprepared, or when you're in pressure, and it just prevents your brain from panicking, which can drastically improve the way you speak. So the question about colonialism, it was a very complicated question, and there's lots of debate on it. So that's why the importance of framework in communication, and you can actually split it into 3 sections. For example, individual and family life could be the first one, and then the fate of the tribe, and then thirdly the cultural identity. And yeah, this makes it really clear, because if you have different points and you make it if you don't have that structure and the different points go into all sorts of sections, then it will be really hard for the listener to actually understand. And by putting in these sections, it increases clarity for the listener, and they can understand it better. And so so after you broke them down into the 3 main topics, then you can also have 2 types, so putting the each topic into 2 approaches. So for example, the first one about individual and family life, you could say the first approach could be if you were a tribe leader, and the second one could be if you were just a normal member of the tribe. And for the fate of the tribe, you could say whether the tribe was actually really strong and was always targeted by other tribes, or whether it was really whether it was really weak and always targeted by other tribes, or whether it was really strong and it didn't have any fear of being attacked. And also thirdly, about the cultural identity, you could say what the Western people would have thought of the cultural traditions of the tribe, and what locals would think, or people within the tribe. And then lastly, you could have one conclusion that you could make by yourself, and there's not necessarily a right or wrong answer for this section. It's just based on what you've learned and what you think about the points that you've just said. And so another example could be if you were talking about why travel was really good, you could say that it was really easy because 3 steps. You could say first you plan, and then you book, and then you just go. And also 2 types of it, regional travel and international travel. And finally, your one thing can be travel is amazing and you can go anywhere. So lastly is practical application. So it's not effective immediately, because you actually need to be able to practice it, so you can get those 3 steps really quickly and split it into sections. And after practice using it, you'll get better, and you'll be able to respond to anything logically with confidence, even if you had no preparation before. So in conclusion, I think the main point to take away is the importance of framework in communication, because it's really important to actually structure your answers so that other people can also think along your path, your point of view, and the way you're thinking, and they can really clearly see your points listed out, and it won't get lost between lots of filler words. So I hope you learned something today. That's all. Bye bye.